Alright, so what's going on YouTube? I'm back today with another product for y'all guys. This time I got a header from Cyber Turbo. Like I always tell y'all, I'm gonna let y'all know if I got a product for free. So they did send me this for free, but that would not change what I say about the product. But they did send it to me for free. So this header here will set you back about $350. If you go on their site, they had it for $425, so now they got it for $350. Plus, if you use my code, you can get a additional discount. My code is gonna be my first and last name, all caps. So if you want to get one of these, you might want to go ahead and get it now. But my discount code can be used for anything on their site. So make sure you use my code when purchasing anything from their site to get a discount. Also, this header is a fully stainless steel, and the wheels and everything on there look real nice. I mean, it look well built to me. I ain't no welder, but I know when I see some wheels that look good, and this look real good right here. And like I said, gonna give you about 6+ horsepower gain. It have been tested on their dyno, so, and that's another thing. I know a lot of people keep saying, hey, Trail Performance, they stuff was dyno tested, so they got proof, blah 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 blah. Hey, I don't care nothing about none of that. I ain't trying to compare them to Trail Performance or none of that. I'm not trying to do that comparison, but every time I mention one of their products, that's the first thing people come back and say, hey, has it been dynoed and all that. I'm just letting y'all know these people got some good products. So I got the muffler and I got the intake, and they just got good products. And when I went back on my own, I just went back and I was just going through their website, and I can see that, man, they've been doing turbos, intake, and exhaust. They've been doing this for a long time, but they just now started doing it for the Ryker. So they're not new to the performance world. They just new with the Ryker stuff. So they pretty much know what they're doing over there. But like I say, they do got dyno results of this on their dyno. So 6+ horsepower gain. And everything, this is a bolt-on installation. So that means ain't no cutting, no sanding, none of that. You're going to unscrew your old one. You're going to screw your new one on now. So on your old header that's on your bike, you will have a heat shield that's on there. So you're gonna need to take that heat shield off the old one and put it on the new one. And another thing they got that they didn't tell you on their website, this screw right here, if y'all can see this is where the your O2 sensor go. So on your old header, you're gonna have a O2 sensor right here. So you're gonna want to make sure you unscrew that O2 sensor and put it in the new one, because you don't want your check engine light and nothing like that to come on. So other than that, that's pretty much it about the information about this product. So we'll give your bike more airflow though. And more airflow should give you more horsepower. Also, a lot of time when you do that, it changes the way your exhaust sounds. For the better though, not for the worse, for the better. Oh, another thing. Not everybody, but a lot of people keep saying you need a tune, which you don't need a tune. It'd be great to get a tune. If you get a tune, your bike will run more efficient with the parts on your bike. But if you don't get a tune, you're not gonna tap your bike, because they make it sound like if you don't get a tune, your bike gonna break down. So that's not the case. It's not gonna break down if you don't get a tune. But if you get a tune, like I say, your bike gonna run more efficient and everything. So yes, if you got the money, get a tune. But if you ain't got the money to get a tune, but you want some of these parts, go ahead and get them. You're not gonna tap your bike. Like, I've been doing this stuff for a while. Even when it come down to cars, I'm gonna put headers on my cars, intake, carburetors, and everything. I ain't never put a tune on nothing. So, like I said, you don't have to have a tune, but it would be good to get a tune. So just keep that in mind when you're purchasing this stuff. All right. So to put this on, you will have to lift up the cab on your Ryker. I ain't gonna show you how to do that on this video. If you go back to my other video where I show you how to put on the intake, I show you how to lift this cab up. So go look at that video to see how to lift the cab up. Then you can come into this video where I'm gonna strictly show you how to put on the header itself. Now I will tell you that you're gonna have to take your exhaust back loose, which that's pretty easy too. So you will have to take your exhaust back loose. And man, I was searching, trying to find some videos of somebody else who don't put one of these on, so I can get like a little head start. I can cheat. I can kind of know what I'm doing. I can't find no video nowhere of anybody showing how to put this on. So I'm starting from scratch, y'all. So y'all got to work with me. I might make some mistakes or whatever. So hey, it is what it is though. But since I already got the intake on my bike, I can see my header right here. And just by me looking at it and seeing what I gotta do, it look like it's gonna be real simple. It don't look like it's gonna be hard. I can be wrong, but from what I see right here, it look like it's gonna be a real simple process. The only thing that may be hard, some of these bolts might be hard to get loose, but other than that, I think it's gonna be a simple install. So, all right, y'all. So I'm finna go ahead and get my cab of my bike up. Once I get that up, I'm gonna come back and we're gonna start installing this header. All right, so I'll see y'all in a minute. All right, so look, y'all. After I took, the hood off right here, I see what you can see right in here. So these are your bolts to your header right here. So you may don't have to let this whole thing up. Like you make this and get to it right here. So like I said, you can see the bolts right here. Let me go around on the other side. On this side right here, this is the heat shield. So this all I'm saying, you gotta take this heat shield off. Now, if you don't already have the intake, of course you're gonna have to move your air filter housing that's over here. So since mine's already removed, I got access over here. So, and you can see the rest of the bolts to the header. So like this one bolt right here, let's go to the heat shield. You got another bolt down here that go to the heat shield. So it look like it may be about 3 or either 2 bolts to the heat shield. I'm gonna get these bolts off from the heat shield right quick, and then I'll be back, y'all. Oh, the O2 sensor right here. You gotta remove this O2 sensor. So let's remove the O2 sensor right quick. So I'll be right back. All right, y'all. So to remove this O2 sensor, since I got an intake, I just went ahead and took that screw out right there of my intake. And I'm using a 7/8 to get this O2 sensor out. Now they do make a socket with a slit in it that you can go buy to get these off, but I ain't trying to go do that. So I'm gonna use this 7/8 socket. I'm trying to hold this phone to get this off for y'all. And I can get this loose with it. A little bit at a time. I already got it spinning. I got it loose. Yeah, I'm trying to do this and hold this phone. But I do got it loose. I just got to keep working with it. Alright, y'all. So as you can see, I got the O2 sensor out. Now that I got the O2 sensor out, I want to remove this heat shield right here. So I see it's one bolt here, one bolt here, and like we got one bolt here and one bolt there. So it look like we got about 4 bolts on the heat shield. So I'm gonna take these bolts out the heat shield, and you use a 10mm to get those out. So I'm gonna take these bolts out the heat shield, and I'll be back, y'all. So this is what I'm using, just so y'all can see. So we had one bolt that was here. I just put it on there, got that bolt out. Now the other 2 bolts up here, try to get y'all the best angle up there. I'm about to use an extension, like this, to get that out of there. So hold on, I'll be back. So you're gonna put your extension on now, and you can get that on there, man. Hard trying to get this camera angle. Then you just unloosen that one and the other black one over there. So let me take these 2 loose. Then we probably gonna have to use a open end wrench to get that off. Something like this, a 10mm. One of these 10mm, and we can put it down and get that off. This ain't the 10mm, but that's what we'll use to get that off. So I'll be right back. All right, y'all. So I got 2 up there, the one right there, and a bolt on the side down there off. But now it's another bolt on this side. I can't even show it to y'all, but it's over there. So I gotta figure out how to get that bolt off. So let me work on that bolt. So actually it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts on this heat shield. So I gotta get that one all the way on this side over there off. I can't even, there you go, you can see it. So it's a bolt right there, y'all. I gotta get that bolt off. So let me get that one off and I'll be back. All right, y'all, so if y'all take the little side panel off right here, it's to make it a little bit easier to get down here to this stuff. So right now, I still haven't taken none of that off. And and it don't look like I'm how to. I should be able to get this off like this. And that bolt that's on the side over here, I'm using my 10, and I'm getting down here on the side to get that bolt off. So that's how I'm getting that one off. After I get that last bolt off, this whole heat shield will come off. Then I can work on taking the header itself off the bike. So the header got bolts up here. I see at least 3 bolts now, probably about 6 bolts on this header. But I'll see once I get the heat shield off, so I'll be back. So I got all the bolts out the heat shield. So I'm gonna try to pull this off and pull it out through here. Alright, so the heat shield off, y'all. Good. So then the heat shield off, we can look at the bolts to the header. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like we got about 9 bolts to this header, y'all. I'm trying to do this with the phone. So you got these 3 at the top. You got all these bolts right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 on that side and 1 on that side. And then, oh, we got 2. Well, no, them ain't no bolts right there. So I think once we take these bolts right here off the header should come off. And we got a gasket that's behind us, so we got to try to be careful not to mess up that gasket. Alright, so I'm finna work on getting these bolts out, and I'll be back, y'all. So on all these bolts up here, it's gonna be a little tedious twisting it. So what I'm gonna do, I got a compressor. I got air tools, so I'm gonna use my air tool to get these bolts loose. But what I'm gonna do, first, I'm going to break them loose with my hand to get them all loose. Then I use my air gun to just go ahead and twist them all out. That'll make it easier for me. Now, I know some of y'all might not have an air tool, so you just have to use the manual wrench, the ratchet, and just take them out. It'll take you a little bit longer, but it ain't gonna be too bad. But if you got any air tools, then just break them with your hand first, then use your air gun, then take them on out. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, so these 2 on this side, I can't use my air gun to get those off, so I'm gonna have to use this to get it off. So these 2 might take me a little bit longer to get off, but I'm gonna take these 2 off first. Then I just use my air gun to go ahead and get the rest of them off. But I already broke them. They already loose. They just need to be screwed all the way out. So I'm gonna work on getting these 2 out. Then I'll be back, y'all. So I got all the bolts out the header. So now when I pull it, you see, it comes clean and loose. So what I need to do, I need to get the gasket off though. So that's why I told y'all be careful not to break the gasket. So just try to push it off. Most of the time they come off pretty easy. Alright, so I got the gasket. It fell right here. Yeah, I'm trying to do this with one hand. Alright, so there go your old gasket. So you want to make sure you don't break the gasket, because the gasket need to go back on there with the new one, because the new one didn't come with a gasket. So I'm gonna set that to the side. So now that we got the header all the way loose, right? The only thing we need to do now is get it loose down here. The exhaust, the springs. So once I take these 2 springs loose, I should be able to take this header all the way out. So it's looking like I may not even have to take the exhaust loose. At least not from right here. I may just have to take the exhaust loose from right here. So like I told y'all, I'm freestyling. It's my first time ever doing this. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go ahead and take the springs off the exhaust. Get your little spring puller like this. Amazon, a little bit of nothing. I don't know if I can do this while I'm on this phone, but I can try. But anyway, pretty much what you do with the spring puller is exactly what it say though. So I'm trying to do this on the phone, y'all. You can put that hook on the spring and you want to pull it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this on the phone, y'all. Let me try to pull it this way. But you put that on the spring. Well, I got that one loose. No, I'm not getting them loose easy. But that's how you get the springs loose. So I'm gonna do the other side. Then I'm gonna take the head off, and then I'll be back, y'all. So alright, y'all, I'm back. So I got both of the springs loose. So this shit just come off. So now we got this loose. Now I gotta get it off in here. That might be another tricky part. Well, if I move this, I might need to move this rod right here. But I'm gonna try. Alright, y'all. I ain't gonna be able to do this holding this phone, but let me get this off in here. So I'll be right back. I mean this header. I'll be right back. So what I did was, I took that piece of it. I took that piece of the header and push it down towards the bottom of the bike. Then I can fold this on out. And I can get it on up out of here. Alright, y'all. So that's the old header. And that's the new header. So you can see the pipes right here. You see how big these pipes are versus these? They got a bolt right here. Where I get it. And also, on this old one, there's 2 pieces to the heat shield. So you gotta take this back piece of the heat shield off too. And so you're gonna take this piece of the heat shield off, put it on here. Don't put the front part of the heat shield on first. I mean, yet. You gotta put the exhaust, mount it back up there, and put the front heat shield on last. So let me go on ahead and switch the heat shields off. And don't forget y'all gassed it. Y'all gassed it when y'all put it back on now. But let me switch the heat shields and I'll be back. Alright, y'all. So I got the heat shield onto the new header. And the only thing you had to do is just remove these 2 bolts. That was over here. Just remove those 2 bolts. And just put them in right here. And just make sure your screw holes and everything line up. And then down here you got some screw holes down here. But this, you can slide this up and down to get these screw holes to line up when you get ready to put it on now. Also, your old header gonna have this old donut gasket. They give you a new one. They give you a new donut gasket and you just gotta put it on the end of here. So it's gonna be kind of tight to get on now, but you can get it on there. Just take your time and make sure you get that on there. Cause this old one, it was on that pipe like that. But you see how easy the old one going now? It just fall on now. That one here gonna be way tighter to get on, but you can get it on now. But make sure you change that donut gasket. All right, so now that we got that done, now I'm gonna go ahead and start to mount this header back on the bike. But y'all remember your gasket. Don't forget to put your gasket back on here. I can't put it on there now, but when I put it on the bike, I'm gonna put it on there. So y'all remember to put your gasket back on there when you put your header back on there. All right, so I'll be back in a minute. I'm finna start to mount this back up here. I don't think y'all need a video showing you how to put it back on there. If you got it off, then you pretty much should know how to get it back on now. But I'll put mine back on now. I'll be back in a minute. So I got all the bolts back in there. So what you need to do though, down here, the exhaust, you don't have to take it all the way off, but you need to loosen the exhaust up so it can drop down. So the bottom of this pipe here, it can have some room to move so you can get these screws lined up. So after you do that, you'll be good to go. So I'm gonna put a heat shield back on here and I'll be back. I got everything back together. Got all my bolts in the heat shield on that side and on that side. That one bolt right here, I can't get it in there. It's like, I guess, the header, it ain't really aligned right. I can't get that bolt in there for nothing. But that bolt ain't gonna really do nothing. I got all the rest of them on there. All right, got my donut gasket back on here, down here. You're gonna need to drop the exhaust so you can put the exhaust back on here. So I already dropped my exhaust. So now I'm finna put my exhaust back on here and we're gonna start it up and we'll be good to go. So I'll be back. I got everything back on here, even with the exhaust. A little tip on the heat shield. Once you put the heat shield back on, put the 2 bottom bolts in there first. That way at the top, you can push it down to get them bolts at the top. Cause if you try to put the bolts on at the top first, you ain't gonna be able to get those on. So put those on first. That way you can push down on the shield and get 2 in at the top. Also, on the exhaust, I know there's an exhaust video, but a lot of folks having problem putting their springs on their exhaust. They saying that the springs are giving them a hard time. So the tip on that is, when you put your exhaust on your bike, do not mount the exhaust up first. Alright? So let the exhaust lay down on the ground right there. Put your springs on there first. And then you push it back up and mount it back up. If you mount it up here first, it's gonna be harder to get the springs on there. Cause once you push it back up, it scratches the spring out a little bit. So leave the exhaust on the ground first, put the springs on, then let it up and tighten it up. So that's a tip on the exhaust. But other than that, I got everything on there, y'all. My bike a little dirty because the pollen or whatever. But I got everything back together. So I'm put the hood back on there, put my side panel back on there. I'm do a little test run. And also, we did not have to let the cab up. So only thing we need to do was take off this side piece and take the hood off. And that's it. So it took me about 2.5 hours, maybe, somewhere in there, give or take. But I was doing a lot of stopping on the phone, stuff like that. So I ain't gonna say it's an easy job. It ain't real hard, but it definitely not easy. So there you go, y'all. So I'm gonna do a little test ride and I'll come back and I'll let y'all know what I think. I'm out. I go. Alright, y'all. So I got the headers on here. These are my old headers. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the headers from Cyber Turbo, they look better than these. These look not so great. The one from Cyber Turbo look way better than these. Not that that even matter though, because once you put it on, you put the heat shield on there, you're not gonna see it no more anyway. And you know, that's the spot for the O2 sensor on the old one. So I did put my O2 sensor back in there. So I just did a test drive. So I was surprised because honestly, I didn't really expect to feel that much of a difference because I already got the intake, you know, I already got the exhaust. So I ain't expect to feel that much different, but man, I was surprised. I feel a big difference in it. Like I'm saying, I'm surprised about it because I did not expect that. And also, you know, once you get the intake on there, every time you hit the throttle, you know, when you hit the throttle, it make it sound like that. Well, it's like that's time 3 now. It's like it's just sucking in so much air. So I let my wife ride by, and as she riding by, I can hear the air from the intake. Almost sound like it's a little turbo or something on there. So yeah, man, it make a big difference in the power that you're gonna get to your bike. So like I said, it took me about 2.5 hours somewhere around now to get it on there. If I had to do it again, like if I put one on my wife's bike, it wouldn't take me near that long because I know I know what I need to do to get it on there now. But like I said, it ain't that hard. But if you don't have no mechanical experience, I would suggest you get somebody to put it on there for you. But if you got some mechanical experience, you good with working on cars, stuff like that, then you can put it on yourself. And remember, you got to use the old gasket. So yeah, man. If you want more torque to your bike, this is another product you can get. And like I said, the tubing on the new one is bigger, so it's gonna allow more air to go through there. So yeah, man, It's a good product. That's all I gotta say. So like I said, I did not expect to feel that much of a difference, but I really do. Remember, you can use my discount code BYRONARNOLD, my first and last name, all caps and no space, to get a discount when you buy anything from their website. I leave a link below, so y'all can just click on that link. You can go ahead and purchase your some new headers for your Ryker. Hey man, just trying to squeeze out all the power out of Ryker that you can. So, and just remember, no, this don't give you no top end speed. It's gonna give you more quickness and more torque to the back tire. And right now, I gotta be honest with you, my bike got so much torque on it to it almost, it's like it's bad, but it's good. And the reason I say kind of bad, because if me and my wife at a light and every time I hit my bike, I'm spinning my tire for a good minute. She taking off on me because I'm sitting there spinning my tire because it got so much torque now. So it just, I gotta learn how to, gotta learn how to hit that throttle. But yeah, man, y'all go ahead, check it out, get you one. You won't be disappointed. I'm out.